A very good morning RKPians. This is your English teacher Benu Sehrawat and I welcome you all to RKP online classes. So today in this class we are going to learn about non-finite verbs. Alright? Non-finite verbs. Now non-finites, if there is something called non-finites, there has to be something called finites also. Yes, of course there is. Alright, now what that finite is? Alright, let me tell you. Finite verbs, non-finite verbs. Now, of course, they both are known as verbs, but they don't work exactly like verbs. Okay? Their working in the sentence is entirely different. Now, what is the reason behind that? Finite verbs, they show us the tense in the sentence. Okay? Whereas, on the contrary, non-finite verbs do not tell us about the tense. Okay? They don't show the tense. They don't show the timing of the action happening in that particular sentence. Okay? So this is first what we can say, characteristic or feature of non-finite verbs and finite verbs. Okay? They show tense. Alright? They don't show tense. Is that clear? Need not worry, because we'll be taking help of many examples as well, and I'm sure at that time you'll be able to get it what I'm trying to say. Alright, now second thing is that finite verbs, if we change the tense, the subject, number in the tense, okay, of the subject, it changes according to that. Okay, so finite verbs change according to tense or number of the subject, okay, subject itself. Alright, so they change their form. Okay, whereas non-finites remain unchanged, non-finites remain unaffected of tense, subject or the number. Okay, they remain as it is. They do not change their form. Okay, so that's why I'm saying it is called as, it is known as verbs, but they don't actually work like a verb. Okay, so second point is that they change according to tense, subject or and number. Alright, and exactly opposite to this thing, they don't change according to tense, subject and number. Okay, and they remain unchanged. Alright, so now let's take help of a few examples, alright, to get better clarity of the whole concept. Alright, okay. Alright, frame first sentence. He goes to school every day. Alright, now let's try to understand it. What is the verb in this sentence, beta? What is the verb? We all know verbs are action words. Okay, action words. So if we try to notice here, if we try to understand here, what is the action that is going on in this sentence? Of course, it is goes. Go is the verb. Okay, go, went, gone. Alright, okay. Now he goes to temple every day. To suppose if you at any point of time, if you get confused whether the verb present in the sentence is a finite or a non-finite, just change the tense or change the subject or the number, and if the verb changes, that means it is a finite verb, and if it doesn't change, okay, that means it is a non-finite verb. So let's find out whether this verb goes is a finite or a non-finite verb. Alright, so let's change the tense first. Okay, this is simple present tense. Okay, simple present tense. Now let's make it past. Okay, so he went to temple every day. Okay, so we see when we change the tense, the form of the verb got changed. Yes, that means it is a finite. It is a finite verb. Okay, now this was the example of if we change the tense. Now second situation is when we change the subject, okay, or we change the number of the subject. Okay, so she likes painting. Okay, she likes painting. Now this is the verb here. Okay, she likes. Alright, likes. So that is the action. Okay, she likes painting. Now this, what is the subject? Subject, very good. Subject is the doer of the action. Okay, that is one condition, number one. And the second thing is subject is somebody or something that we are talking about in a sentence. Okay, so here the pronoun she is the subject. Okay, this is the subject. So, and this is our verb. Alright, now what we are going to do here is we will change the number and we'll change the subject, of course. So let's, of course, she is singular. Alright, she is singular pronoun. So let's make it plural. Okay, so let's make it we. Okay, we, right, like painting. Okay, so here we see the moment we changed the number, okay, the moment we changed the subject, the form of the verb got changed here, right? Earlier it had S with it, it was in simple present tense. Of course, Here also it is in simple present tense, but the S is removed. Okay, and why is that so? Because with singular subject, the verb takes S and ES if it is in simple present tense. Okay, and with plural, okay, with plural, the verb does not take S or ES with itself. Okay, right? So, and beta, one more thing, it's very important that we know what is verb, first form of verb, second form of verb, third form of verb. Okay, so it's very important. For example, let's take the example of a verb. For example, let's take sing. Sing. This is known as base form of verb also. Okay, we call it as V1. Okay, that is first form of verb, and we also call it as base form of verb. It's very important that you know all the related words. So at some point of time, if you come through such words in a book, so you don't get confused that what is this thing, we haven't read anything about that earlier. Okay, so this is called base form of verb also. Okay, base form. Now V2, that is past form of verb, so that will be sang. Alright, sang. V3, that is participle. Okay, past participle verb. This is called V3 participle verb form. Then V4 is ing form of verb. Okay, this, whenever the verb has ing with it, it is known as fourth form of verb. Okay, then V5, fifth form of verb is whenever the verb is in simple present tense. Okay, so that means whenever it takes S or ES, and sometimes it is without S or ES as well. Okay, okay, so it is sings. I hope this is clear that what is V1, V2, V3, V4. Is that clear? Very good. Now we will move forward to non-finite. I hope you have till here. I mean, it must be clear in your mind that what is a finite verb. Okay, so now let's move further to non-finite verb. Non-finite verbs. Now, I told you that it doesn't change according to tense. Okay, so let's take example of that thing as well. Now beta, I will take both type of verbs in the sentence, and then we'll change the sentence according to tense, or we change the subject, and then we'll see out of the two verbs which is a finite verb and which is a non-finite verb. Okay, all right. Alright, so this is our sentence. He wants to read the novel. Now, can you find out the verbs here? Very good. We have two verbs here. Yes? Good. One is wants and second is read. Now, we are confused. Which is finite and which is not finite. So, let's change the tense here. Okay? Let's make it past. He wanted to read the book. Alright, he wanted to read the book. Now if you see here, this verb changed its form, right? Whereas it is unchanged. It is unaffected of what is happening with the tense or what is happening with the subject, okay? It doesn't care at all, okay? It remains the same. So here in this sentence, this verb changed and this did not. That means it is finite and it is non-finite verb. Okay?